It's the Raw. It's the Raw Rundown. A. It's the Raw Rundown. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? How's everyone doing on
Steve,
this?
we lost a viewer from that.
Hey, listen, they'll come back. They all come back. What's poppin', y'all? What's poppin', y'all? Happy Tuesday to you all, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here on the Around the Point Network. This is another edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. And we are also live on the Around the Point Twitch channel. If you're on Twitch, hit the follow button and all that fun stuff. Because why the hell not? What's up, y'all? I am Steve. What's going on, everyone? We're here joined by the gang. We got Big Mike in the house, the pride of Detroit. What's up, Mike?
Nothing much, man. It's finally for once, man, a nice Monday Night Raw after a pay-per-view.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And of course, we're joined here by the good brother here, all the way from Florida, fresh out of class, the man of many teams, the one, the only, Mr. Kane Lee. Caden, how are you?
I'm good. I'm not fresh out of class. I didn't have class today.
Then you had a quiz.
I had a quiz, but it was online.
Did you pass?
I got a 75.
It's passable.
I think it's bullshit. I'm gonna talk to my professor because I'm pretty sure that there were 3. I think all my notes matched up with my questions, or all the question and answers I put matched up perfectly with my notes. Except there was one that I didn't know, and then there was one question that I'm pretty sure he labeled incorrectly. I think he was supposed to have a different answer, and for some reason on my quiz, it did not show me that answer. Like the correct answer was not there.
Man, I'll be proud of you. I mean, if
not
my,
good for me, that's dog shit for me.
I mean, if my kid came back home with a C, I'm like, they should pass to do better next time.
You got different expectations, Steve.
I hear you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you were a straight A student back in the day. Straight A student, honor roll kid, AP
for
class.
the most part, I did pretty good.
That's what's up. I only took one AP class, Spanish. Anyway, Monday Night Raw last night. Monday Night Raw, the post Royal Rumble show. We are literally, this literally feels like this. Nah, I kid you guys not. This literally feels like the
That's not what we're laughing about, Steve.
What we're laughing about here. What's so funny?
You're fluent in Spanish, and the only AP class you took was Spanish.
Hey, man, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get.
Oh, listen, buddy.
Now, listen.
That's hilarious.
Now, here's the thing. I can speak it. I can read it, but the grammar is different. Writing and all that stuff is different and shit.
I mean, your English grammar ain't that much better.
Hey, listen, man. I can write though. It's just that,
But you can't read.
Be a lot of red marks on my paper. Just saying. But, ladies and gentlemen, it does feel like we're on the right track. I know it's still early, but it feels like we are in the right track to the road to WrestleMania.
Like we're going steady on the road. I don't think we've had any hiccups. I think
Royal Rumble potholes yet. They haven't reached the Michigan side of the wrestling booking yet.
You haven't reached, if y'all have ever driven through Louisiana highways, you know how bad they are. They have not reached Louisiana yet. They're still on the nice Texas roads. They're getting there though. Like we're gonna get some road bumps, I think, after Elimination Chamber. Because I mean, they have what 5 or 6 weeks of television after EC getting to Mania. So that's a long time without having a pay-per-view. They only have 3 weeks before getting to EC, and they haven't had this short of a pay-per-view window since I don't even know the last. I think since Money in the Bank until SummerSlam, they didn't have a long time. But I mean, they just had 2.5 months from War Games until Royal Rumble, or about a little over 2 months. So I think we could get some bumps on the road a little bit, but it looks like their plans, like they already announced, we're not getting Cody and The Rock. We're not getting Cody and Stone Cold. It is Cody and Roman Reigns. That is the main event of WrestleMania. They haven't specified the day, which I do think is a little interesting because I don't think they've said night 1 or night 2. I think that's because they just don't need to say it yet.
They just specified main event. Like, you got a main event match. Same with the women. You got a main event match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they haven't announced it, either of those yet,
Yeah.
like which nights for what. But I think that's just semantics, because they didn't announce Brock and Roman as that for until like I think March was when they said night 2. That's the main event of night 2. It took them a while. So I bet that's it. Like, we have our 2 WrestleMania main events in Cody versus Roman. We got Rhea versus fucking what's her name, Charlotte Flair, the rematch from WrestleMania 36, which was the opener of night 1 of WrestleMania 36, or sorry, of night 2 of WrestleMania 36.
Pandemic Mania.
I like that Mania. I thought it was a really good Mania. I really like that one.
It felt like a long time ago.
It feels like forever ago. I prefer that to WrestleMania 37. I think that's better. Like, overall, I think it's a better show.
Because they did the same. They were going to do the same venue, right? Raymond James Stadium.
It was supposed to be Raymond James, yeah, and it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be 2 nights. That was supposed to be the first ever 2-night WrestleMania. I have my ticket. Yeah, I think it's back in Texas, but I have, because that was supposed to be my first ever WrestleMania.
Good stuff.
You still have like the pay stub? You one of those that collect
I got the 3D ticket.
Oh, there you go. Fair enough.
So I have that at home, even though like didn't go. But I did have it. I don't know if I threw it out, but I was supposed to go to NXT that week too.
Wow.
Or I think it was supposed to be a few weeks before I was supposed to go to NXT.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, what'd you say wow about? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, the Broncos are hiring Sean Payton.
Yeah, off of TV, back on the sideline.
Well,
damn.
There's that.
I knew that was going to happen. They have like the richest owner in all of sports. That owner is insanely rich.
Thought it was Jerry Jones.
But back to what I was saying. Jerry Jones isn't that rich.
I don't know. I always heard Jerry's World and this and that. So that's why
Jerry is rich, but he's not in like the top. Like, I don't even think he's in the top 5 owners in the world.
The organization itself is valuable, but he's not rich.
Well,
he's wealthy, but he's not like up there.
Yeah,
he's
like
top 10
upper echelon. He's
like bottom tier.
Notoriously a cheap dude. He is known for not paying his players.
This may be random, but I realized, because like in our group chat, we can put reactions to like a post, right?
Mm-hmm.
They updated it. Yeah,
I noticed that too.
It's about time.
What?
But they updated the reactions when someone posts something in the group chat, like your reaction, they updated it, which is pretty cool.
It looks the same.
It just looks more shiny. It looks more shiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I haven't updated my Twitter in a bit. But back to what we were talking about though. I like the way that they're going for this year's WrestleMania. I think that we are on the right road. I like what they're doing I said there was not going to be a men's elimination chamber, because I knew that they were going to put Cody. I said Cody was going to win the Rumble, and everyone was like, well, maybe those, like, I thought that there was a chance they split the titles, but I wasn't fully confident in that. So I said, look, if they're going to keep the titles the same, we weren't going to get a normal men's elimination chamber. They'd have to make it they'd have to make something different in it. And that's what they're doing. They're doing it for the U.S. title. And people are saying, well, maybe Sammy wins the EC. Sammy ain't win the fucking EC. It's Roman and Sammy at EC, guys. Like, stop saying they're doing it at WrestleMania. No, Sammy and Roman is elimination chamber. I'm sick of this shit. Guys, come on. We know this.
Well, technically, Caden, we, like you said, we're not getting, but we are. Yeah, like you just said before, moments ago, we are getting a men's chamber for the U.S. title.
Yeah, I said we're not getting like a men's for the World Championship.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm sure it's not everyone's like first choice. If that's not everyone's first choice, I'm pretty sure people would have preferred the Intercontinental title, which I'm pretty sure they can still do.
Raw's got a deeper roster.
That is true as well.
Even look at what the women's one is. It's going to be,
women's is a mixture. Women's is going to have half Raw, half SmackDown, which I think that's a good way to go, because neither division is, I think, strong enough for a full 6 women. I think the Raw actually could be, but SmackDown definitely isn't. But I mean, you look at who you already have in there. It's Theory, Rollins, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, and then next week we have what is it? It's Montez versus
It's Dawkins versus it's Dawkins versus Damian Priest and
Priest.
Montez Ford versus Elias.
Yeah, so I think we're probably gonna get we're gonna finish that out. So we have 3 already. We're gonna add 2 next week. I think we're probably adding Tez and Damian, and then we add one
Damian
more,
Priest.
right? No, Theory's the other guy. So that's
Theory,
the end. That's our 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great 6.
It is.
Damian Priest is amazing. I mean, I kind of would have liked to have Finn, but I think we know what they're doing with Finn Balor at EC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, besides that, though, like Johnny Gargano is going to be great in it. Seth Rollins is amazing. Bronson Reed's we're going to have our big guy in Bronson. Priest is a workhorse. Tez is going to finally have that singles opportunity to shine. I hope it's him over Elias. I don't care about Elias. Everybody,
if Elias is making it, I don't care about the match.
That's like the one guy is in there to like just take a pin from everybody. Like everyone's just going to beat the shit out of the guy. But yeah. I mean, overall, like if we get that final set, if we get Tez and we get Priest, even if we get Dawkins is also a great worker. I wouldn't mind to see Dawkins in there over Priest. So, I mean, no matter what, we're going to get a really good EC. And thank God we don't have I did not want Lashley. I did not want Lesnar. I want just all these all these guys who are a little smaller, but great workers. Even Bronson, who's big, he's still a great worker.
Yeah. And it would have been a different dynamic if they do go with Montez and Dawkins in it, because it's like, okay, these dudes are in a tag team together. They got to sacrifice friendship and all that type of stuff. And then it'll probably tease something if it is, but they're probably not going to go that way. So,
yeah, I think Priest deserves it after how good he's done recently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into this. All right. Let's get into this. Just one more thing I want to say real quick. Tomorrow on Let's Talk NXT, we will also be predicting Vengeance Day, just to give you the heads up on that. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you out there who literally forgot that, this Saturday is Vengeance Day. Like, we just had the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
I'm one of those two. I'm at work today because I'm trying to, during my spare time on the plane, I'm trying to all right, make this thumbnail and all that stuff. And I go on WWE.com and it just said Vengeance Day this Saturday. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck are we doing? But literally, you have on Saturday, you have Vengeance Day, you have Bellator, which is Fedor Emelianenko versus Ryan Bader. Fucking Fedor Emelianenko, the fucking heavyweight goat, right? In the eyes of many people out there. And at 1 a.m, you have UFC Fight Night, right? So it's a stacked Saturday. I'm not sure if the brother channel True Heel Heat are going to be doing all 3. I'm pretty sure just at Vengeance Day, which is fine.
What time is that fight night?
What? The fight about 1 a.m.
1 a.m? Where are they?
Well, here's the thing. They were originally going to do the show in Korea.
Okay.
But when Korean Zombie got hurt, there went the whole marquee, like the sell point. Yeah, Korean Zombie. So it's like, fuck this. We're taking this to the Apex. Still 1 a.m. though. But that's besides the point. Anyway, guys, we kicked off the show. Caden, who do we kick off the show with, man? Monday Night Raw.
Well, Monday Night Raw on January 30th, 2023 was from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The BOK Center did around 7,000 tickets, nearly a sellout or was a sellout. And we opened with the winner of the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble, outlasting technically 28 other men. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, returned to Monday Night Raw. Holy shit, the pop this man got. All you get dumbasses that said, this man's going to get booed. He's not going to be as over. Oh, sit the hell down. He is so over. Cody Rhodes came out and he talks about...
Wait. First of all, well, yes, he got on the microphone and he made you wait for it, right? People were chanting his name. People were chanting Cody, right? And the next thing he does is he asks everybody.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
The classic Cody line, playing it up to the crowd. Cody Rhodes talks about being an OVW and says that he was going to be champion in 2 years and become the next John Cena. And then he says, if I could go back in time, would I tell a younger me that I would be the dashing Cody Rhodes, that I would be giving out grooming advice to men? Would I bring the Intercontinental Championship back to its former glory and its nostalgic look? Would I then become lesser than myself and paint myself with a star on my face, a stardust? Would I do what everybody told me not to do in 2015 or 2016 by leaving this company, going on excursion, going to Japan, winning he doesn't say all the things, but he won the NWA championship that his father held. He won the Ring of Honor World Championship. He went and created All Elite Wrestling, the first real alternative to WWE since WCW in the 1990s.
Still running and still running.
Still around. His guys are still running. Put those pictures back up of my boy Cody Rhodes, Steve.
I just want, people want to hear your vocal cords.
Of course, Cody cried. He said, "Would you tell him that you married the girl, or that the girl who says everybody's name at ringside, that you married her?" And we all knew he was going to say it, and had a beautiful baby daughter. Would you tell him that you lost your 295-pound best friend, and every time you look in that little girl's eyes, you see his eyes right in front of you? He says, "No, I wouldn't, because every moment was worth it." And he says, "Every single one of you sung the lines to my song earlier tonight, but there's that opening line, wrestling has more than one royal family. And for that to be true, he would have to go to WrestleMania and beat Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, holding the Universal Championship for over 8 years, holding the WWE Championship for about 300 days now." And he says that he has to beat Roman Reigns, and that Roman can still remain the tribal chief. He can remain the head of the table. But after WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes will become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. So, guys, before we get into what happened with Judgment Day, we got our Cody promo. We all knew this was how this was going to go. Cody does the same thing he always does. This man strings you along, but yet you don't know where the fuck he's going with his promos. I texted Mike and I said, this guy doesn't do it like anyone else. He cuts they're not the best. I don't think he's the best promo in the world, but he's one of the top 5. And the way he cuts a promo, nobody does it like him.
I'll say this, and I said this on Twitter. His promos hit different.
Mm-hmm.
They just hit different. And also want to point out, as someone who just wore a suit on Sunday, his suit game, top class.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's how I judged my world champions as a kid. Because obviously my GOAT is Triple H. Wears his suit great. You know?
You say that, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Wears a heck of a suit. One of my other favorites, Ric Flair, wears a crazy suit. We already know how his suit game is. Batista can rock a suit like crazy. Same with, Randy Orton. All these guys. Miz, I think Miz and Cody are like almost neck and neck with their attire. With me.
Their drip.
Yeah, their drip is insane.
I mean, Roman Reigns looked great.
Roman Reigns too.
Fallon on Friday, he looked amazing.
That suit that he had on Fallon looked very good,
bro.
He looked very dapper.
His suit costs more than what I make a year, probably, likely. That alone. Again, with Cody promos is that you feel it. It's like you just want him to succeed. You want him to do good. And again, I said this, Mike, remember on Steve's Kitchen, I said this on Monday, yesterday, of course. They stay the course. I don't want to know. We are not going to Lex Luger. We are not going to Lex Luger Cody Rhodes. It's not happening. And I'm happy that they're not going to do that. Then again, it's too soon to say that. Right? Because
I don't think they're doing that. I think we got a clear path. I think we got a clear understanding of what they're doing. It's a main story, and then there's sub stories. That's all we want.
Of Of course.
Have good main stories and then tell really good sub stories.
I mean, when SP3 got on the True Heel Heat watch along that we did a few weeks ago, and we argued about this. I said the main event should be. I said Roman and Cody should be for the title at WrestleMania. Cody wins the Rumble. He said The Rock should win the Rumble, and it should be Rock and Cody, and you do Cody at SummerSlam, and you don't have Roman be the one that Cody beats. Or he said, I don't even know if he mentioned that, but he said that Cody should beat somebody and win that title, but it shouldn't be he shouldn't beat Roman. And he said the reason why is because it's lesser for Cody. Cody doesn't need that. And that this story is more about Cody winning his first championship for Dusty than it is about dethroning Roman. And my argument was you can do both. And then he said, well, WWE, when was the last time they showed you they can do both? And this is a different regime. All of Hunter's booking has not been great, but I think Roman is the perfect person for Cody to beat because it's Cody conquering the demon, the first person who can conquer the head of the table and to end that reign. But there's so many other things. First, yes, the part about him winning the first championship is important, but Cody mentioned in that promo, that first line, wrestling is more than one royal family. This is Cody being able to prove that the Rhodes family is another royal family in wrestling. It's not just the Inoue family. That there are other families. It's not just the bloodline. And I think that there's multiple stories here that can converge into one. It's Roman versus Cody is your story, and then you add these other layers. You add in that Roman Reigns has held this belt for over 800 days. I think going into Mania he would have held it for over 900 days at that point. Then you add in the fact that Cody came back for the title to win the title for Dusty, that he went on excursion, and while Roman Reigns rose to the top, Cody did that by rising to the top outside of the company. These are the two top guys in the industry converging at one point.
Yes.
Then you add in the other point about, I think I already mentioned did I already mention the point about the royal family and about the story? Yeah. Okay. And then you add in beating Roman, ending the reign, that Cody went and made himself somewhere else and that nobody in WWE could do this, but one guy comes in from the outside, and that's who you needed. You needed somebody from the outside to be able to take him down because there's nobody in the company that could do it. I kind of like that too. I like that that somebody else had to come in and do this. That it couldn't be somebody who was already there while Roman was rising at the top. It actually had to be an outsider who came in and did this. I kind of like that. I really like it. I think it also, it allows WWE to portray that other companies are good, that there is other wrestling out there, and that you don't have to be in WWE to be the best, that you can be on the outside and still be a great wrestler, that there might be other wrestlers outside of the company who could beat Roman. I kind of like that too. So there's a million different things converging here that I think just adds all these different layers to the story and really makes it like, I do think that the next 3 weeks for Roman will be focused on Sami, and we're going to get that, and that's going to be Roman's focus, and then they'll switch it, and it'll be Usos and KO and Sami going into Mania, but then after EC, we're going to see this whole thing play out between Cody and Roman, and I think that it's also a story where you don't need this blood feud, you don't need them we don't need them talking every week. We can have it to where it's just the fact that these are the two biggest guys in wrestling right now, Cody and Roman. This is Cody going for that title. This is a battle of the bloodlines of the Rhodes family, battle between the Inoue family. Battle between these two families. And who can he finally be the one to beat Roman Reigns and win that first championship? There's a lot of different backstory to this, and that's why I'm like, I understand people want one specific story, like SP3 was saying, was like they can't tell multiple stories. I think you can. I think you can tell multiple.
I think they can too. I 100% think they can too, and it's kind of proven itself already. Like Cody's setting those seeds. With that promo, he set those seeds to where you're gonna tell two of these stories. Also, you said Cody was an outsider. I know he went outside of WWE and completed like his whole deal. I don't consider him as an outsider. I can't. I remember when this dude debuted. I remember when he got his first win. I remember when he couldn't win a match.
But like that's the difference is that I didn't start watching wrestling until 2017. So I've only known everything I've known about Cody. I did not watch a single match of his besides maybe the WrestleMania 31 ladder match, I don't think I ever I watched the Stardust and Bad News Barrett against Stephen Amell and Neville. I did see that. But I think until Cody versus Dustin, which is still my favorite match of all time, I don't think I had seen a Cody Rhodes match. So I know Cody as NWA champion winning it all in because I remember I didn't watch the match, but I saw that. That was a big thing. I knew that. I knew him as a former Ring of Steve. I'm still going. Give me a second.
I know. I'm just
former Ring of Honor World Champion. I know him as a former member of the Bullet Club. No, a lot of people were saying he's the leader of the Bullet Club. He was never the leader of the Bullet Club, guys.
Never
it was
the leader.
Teddy
He
and
probably
Jay.
wanted to be. He probably
wanted to be.
but...
This guy was not the leader of the Bullet Club. Stop saying him and Finn was a battle between the leaders of the Bullet Club. It never fucking happened. He went to the Bullet Club. He did the thing, like the ear thing. He got this theme song, one of the most over theme songs in pro wrestling. Besides Judas, it's the theme song that people sing probably the most right now. Because like the most over theme song is probably like most over overall is Roman and Stone Cold. Like their theme songs are over, but you can't sing them. So a song that you have 10,000 people singing, 50,000 people at the Royal Rumble singing the song Kingdom, a song that he got made for himself. That's his song. It's about his family. It's about his life. This guy has accomplished more in the wrestling business than 99% of other wrestlers and will go down as one of the greatest if he beats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. What this man did is insane. And the fact that he became as good as he is by not being in WWE, that he did it in Ring of Honor, NWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and All Elite Wrestling. That's where he did all of this. Is insane. And now he's finishing it. He came back to WWE to finish it, but that's not the baseline of what he did. He's going to be more known for what he did outside of the company than what he did inside, in my opinion.
We're reading your comments, by the way, guys. Again, so many comments right now. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We do also have the super chat through Streamlabs. If you want your comment read right away, hit over there and it'll get read right away. But I just want to get this out of the way real quick as well. I don't really view Cody like an outsider because, again, he was at one point in WWE. I would recommend you, Caden, whenever you get a chance, a good Cody Rhodes match to watch from his time in the E. I don't know if you watched it or not. Battleground 2013. Cody and Goldust versus The Shield.
I'll probably get to it eventually on my rewatches. I'm not like there's a million other Cody.
That's a banger.
There's a million other great Cody matches.
It's a fucking banger, dude. I'm telling you.
I know. I heard that was like the only. They fucked everything in WWE. They kind of fucked up with Cody and Dustin, but that was like one of the better things they did.
Yes, I will say this though. Again, everything that you guys are saying, spot on. The idea that Cody is, it's going to take probably Cody Rhodes to be the one. And the idea of him going away. He needed to go away to get to the spot. I feel like, again, in life, you have to do things you may not want to do to get where you want to be at the end of the day. And this is just more than just for him. It's for his dad. He wants to do this for his father. And yes, there's also the whole thing with the families, right? There's the Anoa'i family, and then there's the Rhodes family, right? More than one royal family. And I love the whole thing that Cody went from undesirable to undeniable, now to uncrowned.
Yeah. And he did doing the camera shot too. That's one of the best Kevin Dunn producing I've ever seen, where they slowly pan to where they have him at the entrance ramp, and then they pan. And not without a cut. They did not cut. They did not do a single camera cut. They panned to where then you had him with the WrestleMania sign behind him to finish that off. Amazing. Kevin Dunn, I don't compliment this man a lot. I compliment him for because the Pat McAfee stuff that he knew and was a surprise, and that he found a way to get Pat in because Pat there was an issue with the plane and they found a second plane for him. Good job on that. But this was the best producing I've ever seen Kevin Dunn do. What
probably is, man? He doesn't have the old man screaming at his ear anymore. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Even though for a lot of folks, Kevin Dunn is a Vince guy, but he doesn't have the old man screaming in the air anymore.
I mean, same with that's why Michael Cole is a million times better. He doesn't have him screaming in his ear and calling him a dumbass half the time.
But again, it goes back to what I'm saying though. With the whole, we said this on Monday. Hell, we even said this on Saturday on the True Heel Heat Watch along for Rumble. The whole Bloodline storyline is the best thing going right now in wrestling, and you can even add Cody as a layer to that story. He's a page in that story, a chapter, if you get what I'm saying.
I think Cody's not the final chapter. I still think we got to finish that story eventually. But Cody is right before you get to the epilogue, like right before you get to that big finale. He's the climax. What's the climax of your story that starts you to go down to finish this thing out? It's this match because it's going to. I think Cody's beating Roman. I have no doubt in my mind that Cody. I think it's like 75-25 right now. I think it's possible they could still go and decide to do the Roman match, have Roman win, but I think that they're going to have Cody win, and that's your final battle. I think like the big boss battle that leads to your end.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind 2 tries for Cody to get it done because you don't know if their ultimate plan is to have Roman go on with the 1,000-day reign and then take the title off of him. We don't know if they still got those thoughts.
I wouldn't do the 2. I'd do it one and done. I would not do it 2 tries.
Yeah. I think 2 tries would probably be like overkill. But I mean, if they can continue the story and make it make sense, and be like, okay, I get it. It didn't need it, but you made me feel good about it. So it's like, okay.
Do you guys see?
Yeah, there's 2. I want to address there's 2 comments. There's 2 parts to this. First, saying I find it odd how we all grew tired of Cody in AEW. He crosses WWE and we can't get enough of him. Remember what made people get sick of Cody? It was the first step of it was a lot of people wanted Lance Archer to be the TNT champion. And Cody won. And a lot of people were like, I don't want Cody as that. And then I think there were also overall just the haters that were saying Cody's in charge of booking, always making himself look good. Still don't agree with that. I think that's a stupid fucking point to make because Cody put over people on the 2 prior pay-per-views. He lost to Jericho and he lost to MJF. But I mean, oh well, that's what people. But the biggest issue was the Codyverse. It was the go-go match, and then doing all the Codyverse stuff where he wasn't involved with the rest of the roster. He was on his own. He probably should have put. In hindsight, shouldn't have beat a go-go, but a lot of people were upset with that. The racism promo made a lot of people angry, and then it was keeping him to himself. But a lot of people wanted him to turn heel. I think people were just kind of over him, especially with the Malachi Black stuff. People were just kind of over Cody as that baby face, and they wanted him to turn. And that's why fans booed. Fans were trying to force him to turn, and he never did. So I think the difference is that fans in WWE, he is the protagonist. There's not another guy like that in WWE, whereas in AEW, there were a million other people who were great faces, and people were just kind of ready for something new with Cody.
Yes.
He wanted to be the ultimate babyface. That's all he wanted to be.
Nah, what it was, Cody wanted to be the guy in AEW.
That too. But he took himself out of the world title picture.
Yeah, he did. That's what did
that was a
too.
mistake too.
I don't think he wanted to be the guy. I don't think that's what it was. I think he wanted to be the ultimate babyface. But I think the issue was that if he wanted to do that, just have the guy fucking beat Jericho. I think fans wouldn't have cared. I think the issue was that he wanted to be the ultimate babyface, but he didn't want to be involved in the world title picture. So we just put him in this weird spot that fans are just like, we don't like what's going on. We don't like the Codyverse. We don't like that he lost 2 times to Malachi and then beat Malachi. I don't, and like Romeo's and you're saying the AEW fans are naturally fickle. I just don't think, but those same AEW fans, I think who are cheering Cody right now. I think it's just I think the way that Cody went about everything, it didn't work for a lot of fans. Like I did not like the last 12 months of Cody in AEW. I did not like the Ogogo stuff. I did not like the QT stuff. I didn't like anything he did I didn't like the Malachi stuff. I liked the beginning, but then towards the end, I thought it went on way too long. I think that's and I didn't like that he had beaten Sammy. I think those are the issues, is that I think it just wasn't good booking. And that's the biggest issue. I think fans just didn't like the way he was booked.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then,
okay.
So also,
and then do we think he's turning on Cody? Or turning no? Rollins got turned on because of the Fiend.
Yeah, the Fiend fucked him
The
over.
Fiend stuff. And then the Corbin stuff during the summer made him die down.
Yes. So let's move on with the review. Let's move on because again, this
Yes.
Cody stuff is great. And we
Yeah,
could literally just end it right here, and that'll be it. That'll be fun. But again, there's a lot of good stuff on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, so after Cody cut the promo, we have Judgment Day interrupting. Balor says that Cody Rhodes has yet to do anything but rehash his old material. Dominic Mysterio says he has no respect for his father or Cody's father. Cody says, I'll wrestle one of y'all. And then as Cody's leaving, Edge comes out. This popped me because I did not think Edge was coming out here. I was like, oh shit. It looked like they were about to end the segment and go to commercial. And then Edge just comes out. And we get a little brawl where Balor's fighting with Cody. And then it's Priest and Dom fighting Edge as everybody kind of separates them. And looks like they're probably building up. And then in the main event, we'll talk about it too. But probably, I would assume, building to a mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber.
Ex-con Don. He even threw a jail reference. I love it.
Yeah, he talked about, he's like, in jail, you wouldn't last.
I love it.
Was it like you wouldn't be able to do that in jail?
In my yard. There's something in the yard, some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, let's get into the next match. So next up, we had an Elimination Chamber qualifier match. Seth Rollins taking on Chad Gable. What you'd expect from these two. Really, really, really good match. Wish it went longer, but I understand why it didn't. We had a lock up to start. Gable was trying to get that ankle lock throughout the whole match. He was working the knee throughout too, and that's basically the story of what he was trying to do. He gets a German suplex, a cannonball to the outside, and a flying headbutt to really take control, leading into the commercial. And then we had a picture-in-picture on Raw, which I don't think we've had in a while. I didn't recognize it from the last 4 years, but very happy about that. Gable working that knee. Gable tries to go for a moonsault, but Rollins counters that and then goes into the buckle bomb. We had a few moves before we get a Falcon Arrow vintage Seth Rollins. He went for a pedigree, and that got reversed into a set of pinning combinations from both guys. Great little thing there. And then a cliffhanger DDT from Gable that looked nasty. Gable goes into the ankle lock. Rollins is able to escape, but Gable gets back into another ankle lock. The second time that Rollins escapes, he actually gets out of it, hits the pedigree, sells that knee before finally getting the pin. Seth Rollins qualifies for the Elimination Chamber by beating Chad Gable. Big Mike, how'd you feel about this opening match to Monday Night Raw?
Didn't expect this match. I knew these guys were capable of having a banger, but I didn't expect it to come close to as much of a banger as, I didn't expect them to do it that quick. It was very fast paced, very good, very reversal, very everything about this match was good. Once this match kicked off, I was like, oh man, we might, if all of these qualifiers can somehow, even come close to this, we're going to have a good show, because this match was just really great. Really great match to start off Raw after that great promo. That I want to say that reversal into the pedigree for the win, excellent move. Really, really good stuff. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
for me, first and foremost, this match was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times, where Chad Gable is supposed to be this funny, shush please, what have you, but you also forget that he's an amazing performer in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's important that we also give, as happy people were to see Rollins win, I think it's also important that we also give Chad Gable his flowers here, because he did really give a good performance in this match.
Yes.
But yeah, the one thing here in this match, Rollins was working his knee. At times, it's like you feel like it's real. Oh shit, he really did fuck up his knee. But again, he's working everybody. Another thing that really caught my attention is that he's doing the buckle bomb again.
Yeah.
Which is like, I wish he didn't do it because of what happened back in the day.
He's been doing it for a bit though.
I know, but at time it's like I cringed though sometimes.
Remember,
people's been taking it better.
1 million people, and then there was one that went wrong, and it was because of Sting's neck injury. That's the reason why it was bad.
Well, that was technically two, because he injured Finn. on the inaugural Universal Championship
Oh
match.
yeah,
at
but that was
SummerSlam.
that was a really weird injury.
Yeah.
Yes. But nonetheless, this match was a fucking banger. You can probably say one of the best Raw matches of the year.
Yeah. I gotta put it in my list.
I mean,
this
so
was really
far,
good.
yeah, we haven't had that many good Raw matches.
But still, early
All been pretty
consideration.
shit so far.
Yeah, but early considerations, because I'm pretty sure by the time the year ends, this you probably will you'll probably will forget about it. But as a reminder, like, yeah, this was a very fucking good match.
Yeah, this was great. I think we had 3 really good matches for me on this show.
And who would have thought? Holy shit, a Monday Night Raw where every match is fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
There wasn't a slouch
there was
match.
a dud here and there, but
normally on
let's
Raw,
see.
you just get that one good match on Raw, and then the rest is just, let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, we got one dud.
yeah.
Yes.
That was a dud.
Yes, Chad Gable was
I'm
such a
looking
good
at our
wrestler.
pictures.
I underrated. I wish WWE was using him more properly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, next up though, we had Io Sky taking on Candice LeRae. These 2 women had a great feud in NXT. They've been feuding since Candice returned back to WWE. And this was another good match, I think. I thought there were some issues at the beginning. This was a very back and forth match between the 2. Io had control for maybe like a minute, but we're about 9 minutes, a little close to the same time as the opener. There was some bad. I texted y'all in the chat. I thought there was some really bad referee positioning that caused some sloppy spots at the beginning. Don't think it was their fault. I think the ref was positioned wrong, and so Candice couldn't do certain moves. It looked like Candice wanted to go for something at one point, but with where the ref was, she was like, I can't go. So she had to kind of transition into something else. The finish here was Io Sky going for the over-the-top moonsault. Candice got the knees up. Bayley then got on the apron to distract the referee, and Io Sky was able to get a pin. Not a roll-up, but it was kind of like a more sophisticated roll-up. It was a sit-down pin kind of thing. So I thought this was a really good match here. Good finish with the heels getting the distraction. Dakota Kai has suffered an injury while running to the ring at the Royal Rumble, even though she worked 22 minutes. If you go watch her entrance, it looked like she tripped on a cable, which I know Finn Balor also did. A lot of people tripped on that stupid fucking cable. Dumbasses who make that long, stupid ramp, tripping on cables. And she limped when she got into the ring for the Rumble. So hopefully it's a minor injury. She was walking today, so at least we know it's not like a torn ACL or anything. And shouldn't be, I think it's probably just something minor for right now. But yeah, hopefully she heals up soon. But Steve, how'd you feel about this women's match here?
I thought this was a very good match. Again, these are 2 women that have good chemistry based on their history working together back in the day in the Black and Gold brand. I'll say this too. I even said this on Twitter. This is WWE making up for their mistake of last week. You know, with the whole cage thing.
100%, which I said was going to happen.
One woman's match that was dog shit.
Yes, this is their. All right, listen, we fucked up. Okay, our bad. We apologize. We'll bring out 2 amazing women. And again, I'm not saying that Bayley or Becky aren't amazing. They are great. But we're going to bring you also other 2 women that are good, that have good chemistry. And give them time. Give them time. They'll go, what? Did they do 1 or 2 commercials? Whatever.
Yeah, they were quick commercial breaks.
There was one. It was picture in picture. So
and they're gonna go out there and tear it up, even if it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But they're gonna perform like they're in MSG. God damn it!
Great crowd in Tulsa too for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Fucking Tulsa. Who would have thought? What about you, Big Mike?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Steve. Really good match, and like I pretty much, when everybody was kind of crapping on WWE last week after the debacle of Time, they were going to make it up. This is one half of the makeup, and then we're going to get the second half next week. So everybody just needed to be just a little patient, but it was a high chance that they weren't going to make it up on that too. But this match was really good. Really enjoyed it. These women, I can watch them all day, every day wrestle. It was great stuff.
Yeah, this was a really good match here. And then I don't know what they're going to do with those women's tag belts right now that Dakota's injured. Maybe they just kind of wait until she's healed and they do Michin and Candice versus Io and Dakota. Or next up, maybe we get Michin against Io, which I think would be a great match between those two. There's a lot of options they have that they can go here heading into Elimination Chamber. I think I'm trying to find that Elimination Chamber qualifier because I think Candice and Michin are in that match next week.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Let me go to
Candice, Michin, Carmella, and Piper Niven. So that's the next step for them too.
Carmella, good for her. See her come back.
Yeah, so. I'm happy that she can come back. She's been dealing with a lot.
I don't know if she'll win or not. I don't know if she's gonna win. But I'm pulling for her though.
No,
I mean I think it's Piper.
But we'll see. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure
they need an obstacle in there that can.
Because
really
I'm pretty sure.
toss some girls around.
Because I'm pretty sure what they're probably gonna do for all the women, like the last entrant for both chambers, and when they lost, you get one last shot. That's probably what they're gonna do. But we'll see what
Possibly.
happens.
I mean, the explanations they gave for the women's chamber were fine in my book. I know there was people who were like, "Oh, well, there's SmackDown women in there." I was like, they just explained it to you. They were the final four.
It's fine because considering Rhea Ripley next up, Rhea Ripley called out Charlotte, called her shot for WrestleMania, and Rhea Ripley's on Raw, Charlotte's on SmackDown. It's fine, guys. Like the brand splits over.
Yeah.
But speaking of,
totally fine.
Rhea Ripley was out to make her WrestleMania decision here. She says that she disrupted the status quo 2 nights ago by outlasting 29 other women. She entered at number 1, Liv Morgan at number 2, both women setting a record, I think a little over 61 minutes for a women's Royal Rumble and the most time in a Rumble. She said that she got to choose who she wants to face at WrestleMania 39, the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair or the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. She says 3 years ago, she was 24 years old. She was the NXT Women's Champion, and she came out on Monday Night Raw to challenge the winner of the Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair, at that year's WrestleMania. She said that Flair put her in her place rightfully, and that somehow Charlotte just seems to get better every single year, and that Charlotte is always in that main event division. She's always at the top. She's always in championship contender. But she says that she is a disruptor and wants to change things. And she said, Charlotte Flair, you can enjoy everyone bowing down to the queen at WrestleMania 39, but they will all be rising up to Rhea Ripley. And says, Charlotte Flair, I choose you. Rhea Ripley will get her rematch against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39. These two had a great match on night 2 of WrestleMania 36. They had a rematch with Io Shirai at the time at NXT Takeover in Your House. They also had a triple threat at SummerSlam 2021 with I think it was Charlotte, Rhea, and what's her name? Nikki Cross, who was Nikki ASH at the time. They had a singles match at Money in the Bank where Charlotte took the title off of Rhea, the Raw Women's Championship. So every time I believe that Rhea and Charlotte have had a singles match, I believe Charlotte's beaten her. So now it's time for Rhea Ripley. She's won the Rumble. She's improved a lot in that year and a half since the last time they had a singles match. And in the 3 years since they had that first match, Rhea Ripley is now mommy. She's become a totally different character. I think she's probably the most over woman in WWE right now, besides maybe Becky Lynch. So it's time. She's going to go get this match. I prefer this to Bianca. I actually said that I thought this was going to be the match over the Bianca match to get her revenge there and to show that she's fully come into her own. I love this decision. I thought Rhea had a very good promo here. Really, like the ending to me was just phenomenal. Like the last minute, I was like, oh, Rhea, you got me. That was perfect. Big Mike, how you feel about first the promo and then second, do you think that Rhea Ripley will finally get her singles win over Charlotte Flair?
The promo was really good. I like that they use continuity here, which is great. You just don't want them just to be picking, people willy-nilly without that. If that's the case, she would have picked Bianca Belair, which I kind of want to see that match, but now I don't. I kind of want to see her and Charlotte again because the story's there. She used her age, her maturing, and like Kaden said, she's mommy now. So I can't wait for it. And yeah, she does. I think she does beat Charlotte. It's going to be a good story arc. And they'll probably, probably at SummerSlam do the rematch, and maybe Charlotte, gets her win back or not. But yeah, sorry, Charlotte, but gotta go with mommy.
Steve, are you happy that they went with the Charlotte match, or would you prefer Bianca?
Going into the Royal Rumble, like after she won, I was saying, even on Steve's Kitchen, I said, yo, you go Bianca versus Rhea Ripley, right? Because I thought, for whatever reason, that they might do coming, again, coming out of all this, right? If there was a way to get Asuka, this new Asuka, to SmackDown to challenge Charlotte. However, based on how all this went down, it's great because there's a story there. This is Rhea Ripley, what, 3 years later, trying to avenge the one loss. Granted, she's lost every time to Charlotte Flair, but the first loss at WrestleMania. Avenge it. This time with people in attendance, with a live attendance, no longer in a warehouse, right?
Oh, this goofball.
Oh, you held your. Okay. I thought. Oh man, I was pulling for you.
No,
Kaden.
I'm looking at the chat. I'll wait till you
Right.
finish your thing and you can keep going.
I love it too. She will be Charlotte at WrestleMania. Backlash.
They did that last year with Ronda, so I don't think they're gonna do the exact same thing again.
I mean, but here's the thing though. I hope, and Mike, I said this on the throwback, that you're all gonna see on the weekend coming up. For
Right.
when we're talking about New Year's Revolution, every match had a video package, a story behind it to get you excited for the match. I hope to the wrestling producers out there, right? Who, if they're watching, I doubt they are, right? You better give it this banging video package, hyping up Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Because
Because
there's
the
a
moments
story.
are there.
I mean,
The
they
moment.
are, because I mean, if you think about when Rhea Ripley first came into the Mae Young Classic, she was called Little Charlotte. Like everyone said, she is the next Charlotte Flair. She looked like Charlotte. The old look she had very much looked like Charlotte Flair. And similar ages when they first came in too, like very, very similar parallels, heights there, everything. And then she slowly over time became herself. And now she said that. She said like in 2020, she was still coming into her own. And now she's fully become her character. Over the last 3 years, she's become who she is. So I think now is the right time where you're like, these two have had all of like they have in all of Rhea Ripley's career, she's had Charlotte Flair. The comparisons to start, then the matches that were 2020, 2021. And now it's time for Rhea Ripley to fully grow into her own and finish this process of becoming a woman superstar and becoming one of the faces of the Raw Women, I guess she'd be the SmackDown Women's Division, but of the WWE Women's Division, a WWE Women's Superstar. I think that beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, I really hope it's the main event of night one. I think it's very
I was
possible.
about to ask that question. I
The
was
main
about
event
to
night
ask
one.
you all that question. I was about to ask you guys that question because we know what's happening night two, right? And I know a lot of people out there, especially like I feel like the women in the community, when the word was going about Rock, and again, this is before Rock, wasn't going to be there or not, right? There were talks of Roman doing both nights of WrestleMania and all that stuff, right? And there are a lot of women who were upset that hey, women should main event at least one of the nights. Do you guys think, based off this, and I'm pretty sure Katie already gave me the answer already, but I'll ask the chat. And I'll even ask Mike in this one too. Should Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair close out night one of WrestleMania?
For me, there's a few factors that go into it. Like, if is Stone Cold getting in a match? If it's seen on Theory? I think you would maybe open night two with that. I know a lot of people want Usos versus KO and Sammy to main event night one, which I wouldn't mind. I would open night one with that. I'd open night one with paying off your big story. And like, I think you should always open, in my opinion, opening your show with a big feel-good moment. And last year they didn't do that with for some reason they opened night one with Shinsuke and Boogs versus the Usos, which I thought was like a really terrible decision. They should have opened with Bianca and Becky if they weren't going to close with Bianca and Becky. I thought that was a bad idea. So I think you should open with the tag match and have Sammy and KO getting that big win, and that's how you open with this big heartfelt moment. And then I think you finish with Rhea and Charlotte. I think it's the biggest women's match you've done in a while. So I would go with, I mean, Romeo saying Sammy and KO should close on night one. I don't have an issue with that either. Just for me, what I would book the women closing. I don't have an issue if they open. I think if they open night one or they open night two, I think it's perfectly fine to do that as well. I just don't want them to put them in the middle of the show. Like what they did last year where Becky and Bianca was in the very middle. And I mean, technically Ronda and Charlotte was technically the main event because they weren't advertising KO versus Stone Cold as a match. Still don't like that neither of those main evented. I would prefer one of, like, if you're not going to main event, then make sure they open the show at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But it was good. I'm all for this. I'm all for the. Now the question is, what do you do with Bianca?
Elimination Chamber winner.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think they go with Asuka.
This new Asuka.
I think they go with Kana. I think that's the way to go.
Yes.
I mean, if we look at who's already... So in the Elimination Chamber already, we had 4 announcements, and we're going to add the winner of Piper, Candice, Michin, and Carmella. I think it's probably Piper Niven, I think, is in there. And then we're going to add one more woman into that match. I don't know who it would be. But, Charlotte and Rhea open night 2 of WrestleMania 36. Yeah. So, I mean, if they open night 2 of WrestleMania 39, I think that'd be a good parallel. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, so but going back to the Women's Elimination Chamber, it's the last 4 women, which I really like that. It's Asuka, Liv Morgan, Raquel, and who was the other? It was Asuka, Raquel, Liv Morgan.
Bailey?
No, Bailey was out really early. Shit, who the fuck is it?
Hold on.
Good question.
I mean, because
I
remember
about the Final 4, right? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Raquel.
Oh, Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross.
Yeah, it is Nikki Cross.
So Nikki Cross. So I don't think it's Nikki. I could see Raquel. I've seen actually could really, if they wanted to do Bianca and Raquel, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, that could be pretty fun. I do think Raquel is a possibility. I personally don't see Liv Morgan right now. I think eventually they could do. I think they could do Liv and Rhea is a really good SummerSlam match, or doing it during the summer. But yeah, I don't think, unless they want to make Becky versus Bailey a Elimination Chamber qualifier. It looks like Becky Lynch isn't going to have a title match at WrestleMania this year, which I think is fine. I don't think she needs to do that. I think you could find something else for her to do. I think they drag Bailey and Becky until Mania. I think it's possible that they could do that. That they could, or unless you could also do Bianca, Becky, and Asuka in a triple threat.
Oh shit! American Alucard, what's up, brother? Keep Sammy and Kevin off TV for a while. Have Cody lose at Mania. Set up Sammy versus Roman at pay-per-view. Put Kevin and Riddle together and face Usos. Thoughts?
Wait, have Cody lose at WrestleMania? The fuck? What? You want to do Sammy and Roman in like 6 months?
At a pay-per-view. Maybe at a SummerSlam? No.
We already know. We already have like almost everything has already been confirmed that it's Roman versus Sammy at Elimination Chamber. That's basically confirmed at this point. Like, that's the plan. Like, I'm sorry, guys, anyone who thinks it isn't. That's the plan. If it's not, then I'll pay everybody who's commenting right now $100 if that's not the plan. If they don't do that match, I don't have the money.
How about a super chat? Gosh darn it, he.
Wouldn't be the first time Becky was No, Becky wasn't shoehorned into the. I mean, he's talking. I know which. He's talking about.
You talking about 35?
No, he's talking about 32.
32?
Oh yeah, the Charlotte and Sasha, and they added Becky into the triple threat.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, I mean, I think you could make it work. Because
Yeah.
Becky and Bianca are tied, or no, I guess Bianca technically now has the rematch win over her. There's a lot of options I think you could do for Becky if you wanted to do something with her in a tag team. I think also a lot of people are speculating Alba Fire and Piper Niven joining Becky and doing like some sort of Celtic crossover between those three and making them a tag team. I could see them doing them three
Or a
versus Damage
faction, you mean?
Control. What?
You said like a faction?
Yeah, doing those three because Becky has been losing to Damage Control and she needs two.
I wouldn't mind that.
Romeo, get the fuck out! No, Romeo, get the fuck out of here. Becky Lynch won the fucking Royal Rumble. Charlotte was shoehorned into the match. She had no business being there.
Well, as far as if I remember correctly, they were going to do a Survivor Series, Becky versus Ronda.
They were
But
going to
then
do it,
Nia punched her in the nose, and you had
and
that
then
iconic image of Becky with the bloody nose, and she had to take time away.
She took a month off, and then and then the plan was they were like, okay, well, we want to do Charlotte and Ronda at Mania. Let's do it at Survivor Series. And then they were going to it should have just been Ronda and Charlotte, or sorry, Ronda and Becky. And Becky even won the Rumble in 2019. If you remember, she came out to take over Lana's spot at number 30. I know not number 30. Lana was 28, Nia was 29 and took out Lana, and then Carmella was number 30. And Becky won the Rumble. And then they found they were like, well, Becky Lynch, you have to wrestle Charlotte on one good leg at Fastlane in order to Fastlane or Elimination Chamber. And that's how you can get into this match. And that's how you can still stay in the match, but we're gonna add Charlotte. I was like, oh, this is one of the worst storylines leading up to WrestleMania. They should have just done the singles match. It was not a good match anyways. That match was shit.
Well, let's move on from here. What else happened?
Yeah, next up, Johnny Gargano taking on Baron Corbin. Johnny had Dexter Lumis. Corbin had JBL. Good match. I actually thought this was a decent match. One of the Corbin's better matches in a long time. Perfectly fine. Basic match. Johnny hitting his big moves like the slingshot spear, all the stuff that he normally hits. Corbin had control going, I believe this went to a picture. 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely had a picture-in-picture. And then Johnny Gargano hit a tope suicida to the outside on the Corbin. JBL took off his hat and was going to go mess with Gargano, but Dexter Lumis pulls out the hatchet and slams it down across JBL's cowboy hat. And JBL's yelling, call the cops, call the cops. Gargano gets back into the ring, goes for that another slingshot spear. Corbin catches him with a knee to the face, but this time, Gargano was able to get a small package victory over Corbin to qualify for the men's elimination chamber match for the United States Championship. Big Mike, how'd you feel about this 9-minute match that should have been probably 4?
I thought it was okay. I really stopped paying attention to it after the picture-in-picture. And then once the hatchet to the hat happened, I was like, okay. I'm gonna start paying attention again because my guy Loomis had to do something. But
Loomis
yeah,
season.
decent match. That's what. Yeah, Loomis season. But it was a decent match. Nothing to rave about. I really don't like Corbin like that anymore.
No one does.
I think it's just I'm tired of the JBL stuff with him. It's just not making sense right now. He's losing every match.
Steve is muted. So
I'm here.
Okay.
So it was a fun little match for what it was worth, right? It was a qualifier. Let's remind people, it was a qualifier for the chamber. And if I remember correctly, Johnny Gargano eliminated Baron Corbin out of the Rumble, right?
Yes.
Yes, of course. That's why we're doing the match, right?
Gargano helped with the elimination. No, Seth Rollins eliminated Corbin.
Okay, my bad.
Oh yeah, because
Gargano didn't have a single elimination in the Rumble. That's how I know. Gargano did not have an elimination.
Yes. For me, is one of those things with Baron Corbin. He has this ability to have these good matches with people that are small. He does.
Better matches. I would say good. I would say better.
When he does that deep six, I'll never forget. Like back in the day when he would do it on Chad Gable back in NXT, he used to hit right. And also his finishing move, the fucking end of days.
End of days.
But here, it was one of those things where again, it was a good match. It was 9 minutes, like Hayden said. It should have been 4 minutes, but again, it was for the chamber, a spot like to get a shot at the US title, and Gargano winning here made sense because again, there's history with the champion.
Wait,
Yeah.
the history with what?
With the US, because again, it's for the US title, right? The chamber match is for the US title.
Oh yeah. Theory and Gargano have history. I
The
forgot
way.
I forgot about the way. Yeah.
Also, do you think Corbin should change his name of his finisher from the End of Days to like the Jackpot or something, since he's like this money gimmick guy?
I mean, yeah, you don't even
He's
have
not a
the
scary.
end-
He's not a scary
unless you're
guy
going
anymore.
back to that gimmick, then drop the fucking name of your move.
Yeah, call it the slot machine or the jackpot.
Yeah.
I miss bum ass Corbin. I miss bum ass Corbin.
Me
I'm gonna be
too.
honest.
Everyone misses bum ass Corbin. Give
He's
me
the guy.
one moment, guys. I
Let's
gotta
go
get
to
this.
comments, shall we? If we got
Let's
any.
go to Kanye. Go to comments, baby.
Yeah, so I wanted can you put up the comment about the premature ejaculation? I heavily disagree with this. I knew this was happening months ago.
That's
when they
Alcor
announced
for
Elimination
you.
Chamber was in Montreal. Like it's the match is in Sammy's hometown. That's 100% the way to go. Like there's no reason why you shouldn't do that match in Sammy's hometown especially if Sammy's not winning the title and they're there. So I mean, my question is, what else do you do with Sammy when you're in Montreal, his hometown? Do you have him win the Elimination Chamber for the fucking US Championship? No, that's stupid. I've been saying this for 4 months. That this is where you end it, and it's not even the end. Because Sammy's not beating Roman Reigns. We know this. Sammy is not the guy. He's not a main. Like he's unfortunate. I think he's too old to be the guy at this point. I don't think Sammy's ever gonna be the guy.
And also, Sammy himself admitted to it. If you watch,
yeah, Sammy said, "I'm not the guy. I will not be the man." So Sammy should not beat Roman. So then what else should you do? You can have him and KO beat the Usos for the tag titles. That's a good way to finish it and have a good coming together story, because this whole story has involved KO saying, "I'm here for you. The bloodline will turn on you in a second. You should not be with these guys. You should be with me, your best friend, because I actually care about you." And he kept turning on him and saying, no, I'm with the bloodline now. I'm not your friend anymore. All of that. And then, so I think them coming together to win those titles, that's the way you should, 100%, that's the way you should end, or that's the way you should end the story. And then, yeah, I think you got to do Sammy and Roman at some point leading up to that. But Sammy, it should be Elimination Chamber. Like, you don't know how this story is really going if you think that that's the wrong choice, in my opinion.
And I gotta make one request though. If they're gonna have the match at Chamber in Montreal.
Yeah, it's Sammy.
If there was ever a time to bring back his old theme song,
I think they are. I think Sammy. There's a good chance Sammy remains off of TV.
Yeah, I think you should keep them both off TV.
I think you have Kevin show up, and Kevin says you're going to face Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber. Someone says it, and I don't think you have Sammy show up on TV. Maybe in a backstage promo. I don't think you should put him in front of the crowd. And then at Elimination Chamber, he shows up to the theme, or figure out a way to get him out there without using a theme song. And then he can show up to that old theme. But I think you avoid all of that. Ronio's saying, what's funny is that KO is just going to turn on Sammy again down the road, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. I hope not. I hope that they finally just they don't have to do the turn at this point. I could see them going to it, but I think that would be a waste of this story. Because I mean, I know a lot of people are like, well, KO has turned on Sammy multiple times. Yeah, but even when he turned on them, they came back together in the future, and they had that tag run in 2018.
Yep.
It's friends break up. It's happened millions of times. DX have turned on each other.
Remember that Drake and Josh video that someone did for Sammy and Kevin? But it was inspired. So many years ago, right, when Sammy turned on Shane and helped out Kevin Owens, right, in their friendship. Now, hear me out.
How crucial was this story?
So the thing was, again, fans went crazy with it, right? So they did the intro to Drake and Josh, but with Kevin and Sammy. Whenever you get a chance to look it up, it's hilarious. All right, let's move on.
Anyways,
If y'all remember that, let me know in the chat.
next up we have the VIP lounge with Austin Theory. Oh, I thought this was really bad. I can get this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need notes for this because I took one line of notes, which that basically just says Lashley showed up. MVP has some promo with Austin Theory where I felt like Austin Theory maybe like cut him off a little too quickly, and every single line MVP said, Austin Theory rephrased it as a question. I was like, oh no! But Lashley showed up, went after Theory, had him lined up for the spear. But then he used MVP's cane to pull him in and accidentally speared MVP. I thought this was the worst thing on Raw.
Not everything can be a home run, Caden. Unfortunately, not everything can be a touchdown. I'm so confused. Is Bobby back in the Hurt business? Is he still? I'm so confused on that. I don't know.
He said that they're not. He mentioned that they're not business partners
for now, but we shall see how all that goes down and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall, I did like that whole thing where MVP was like, "Oh, I see fear in you. I see I see that you're scared." Because I've been there many years ago and all that stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, Big Mike's going to skip this one because he also knew it was a dog shit segment. But next up, we got the return of Rick Boogs. The Miz came out in his suit and saying something about wanting an opportunity because, of course, he did. That's just what the Miz does. And then he says, well, I've got one for you. Please welcome the newest member of the Raw roster, Rick Boogs, coming back from his injury at WrestleMania 38. Kicking off WrestleMania 38, man got injured. This was basically just a squash. Boogs hitting a few moves onto the Miz, who was in a suit, pressing him up, slamming him down. This also happened. I don't like Boogs. I think he's not that good. Doesn't do anything for me. And I thought his whole entrance was also kind of corny and cheesy. So I do not care.
Do
you
me a
don't
favor.
like the Bugenhagen?
Does nothing for me.
Do me a favor. Put that photo when he press slammed him again. That has to be the most ugliest ring attire I've ever seen in my life. You know,
yeah, he needs to go back to the drawing board on that.
If you like do my career mode in 2K, it's like build your wrestlership. This is what you get basically.
Yep,
it's terrible.
I don't disagree.
I like the guy. Don't get me wrong. Just the ring attire is just not doing it for me.
Mike, how'd you feel about this segment?
I felt nothing.
Oh, yeah, I think we all felt nothing. Well, next up, we had... wait, I guess we'll just another comment. Roman is defending both belts as one. Should it be turned into one belt or two belts, one for Raw and SmackDown, or keep US and IC as main show belts? I think eventually they'll... I think Cody will merge the belts. And I think they'll actually... My guess is they're going to retire the Universal Championship.
Nah, for
my guess is that
Instagram story, he might bring back the Winged Eagle.
I think the thing is that they're going to retire the Universal and Raw belt or the WWE Championship. They're going to reintroduce the Winged Eagle, and then I think they're going to bring back a second main belt if they want to do that. And if they bring back a second main belt, it'll be the big gold belt.
If I remember, Kenny didn't like the Winged Eagle.
No, I love the Winged Eagle.
I think it was, I don't know who, but someone said
my favorite is the Big Eagle and the one from the Ruthless Aggression.
I like the Big Eagle is good too.
Those are the two I grew up on.
Yeah. Those few years of belts are really good. But I could see them doing both, like doing the WWE champion, like if Cody wanted to bring that, like because they could do the IC title. And I could see them saying, all right, we're gonna bring back the Winged Eagle, but if we're gonna bring back the Winged Eagle, then we're just gonna have the WWE Championship. Like, I don't know what you call it, but I think they want to keep that title with the big WWE logo because it's good for branding.
Yeah. So
I think they could figure maybe that's how you keep the Universal title because that still has the big WWE on it. So maybe that's what you do, and you say like Cody's like, I don't need both belts. I think you could find a way to do something.
My
There's a
question is though. I'm sorry, Ken.
Just
Go on.
don't have him relinquish the title. Have him say, I don't know. You could maybe say like we're gonna I don't know. They could figure it out.
My question is though, how many belts do you think? Because we hear stories, right, that Tony Khan has a lot of belts that hasn't been put on TV yet, and holding,
I
right?
know.
I'm wondering how many belts do you guys think WWE has in holding that hasn't even been put on TV
I think they have new
yet?
tag belts.
I think they have new tag belts
they have
too.
new tag belts. I believe they have new tag belts. That's the only one I think because they just redesigned the IC, they just redesigned the US, and then I think they might have a new world championship ready to go. But
I think we're getting a new line of belts after Mania.
I think we get a new tag belt. I think we get a new something new with the main belt. I don't think anything. I don't think we're gonna get rid of the women's tag belts. Are brand new. I don't think they're gonna change those. Those look sleek and new. Same with the US and the IC. I think the main women's titles, those could change.
Yeah, I'm gonna need WWE to do me a favor and bring back the European Championship.
For NXT Europe, for NXT Europe,
for anything.
For NXT Europe, yeah.
For anything.
NXT Europe,
bring it back.
You know what they got to do?
Favorite championship.
You know what they got to do? They got to bring back. Oh man, they got to bring back the 24/7 championship.
Bro, it's the closest thing to the 10 pounds of gold.
They just threw it in the trash.
I know. Bring back. You know what? Bring back the light heavyweight championship. No, don't do that.
All right,
don't do that.
Well, next up, we had Bayley versus Becky promo. Bayley comes out
with them yams.
Something about how she should have won at Royal Rumble. I gotta scroll down. I didn't have my notes ready. Bayley,
she got them yams, yo. She
gloats about attacking Becky Lynch at Raw is XXX. Then says that her and Damage Control dominated the Women's Royal Rumble, and then that she eliminated Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out. Lynch says, Bayley wants you shut up. That was a really bad Becky Lynch impression, but says, then they talk about how all of this started back in Orlando. Bayley says, I've never liked you. And said, she said, you're not good enough to be a champion. You're not good enough to be in the ring with me. You're not even good enough for your husband, Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, he only married you because he knocked you up. Which oh my God, amazing. And then Becky says, well, Becky says she thought they were only fighting about wrestling, nothing else. And then Lynch says, next week, Raw is in Orlando. All this started in NXT in Orlando. Why don't we have our cage match in Orlando? Why don't you give me my cage match? Bayley says, you idiot, no. And then Bayley says, I thought you'd say something like that. I'll be back. And brings out Dakota Kai, getting ready to Pillmanize her with a chair between her, like right on her knee. Bayley gets down and says, no, fine, I'll give you the match. And Becky Lynch says, yeah, I'll leave her alone, but you'll find Io in the back. Basically insinuating that she beat the shit out of Io too. I thought this was another good makeup from last week with the women. Really good promo between these two. Some really good. Bayley killed it. Bayley did really good here.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, good stuff. And also what Bayley tweeted, not Bayley, Becky tweeted on Twitter.
The picture of Bayley hugging Seth. Saying, I guess that's why she made that line, because she wants him for herself. Great.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Thought the promo was good.
Yeah. Steve, how'd you feel about them Pillmanize Dakota Kai?
Thank God they did not do that. I thought this segment was good. I enjoyed Bayley's, tactics here. Becky's rebuttal, and again, people were upset about last week, the cage match I had, but them doing it in Orlando, them telling the story. I'm all for it. For what they did in hindsight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, we had Bronson Reed against Dolph Ziggler, another Elimination Chamber qualifier. Quick little squash here. Bronson getting the win with the tsunami. Corey Graves saying, it's not a splash, it's a tsunami. I don't think anybody has thoughts on this because it was.
Wasn't that what they called it in Japan too? When he was Jonah in New Japan.
I don't remember what his
tsunami?
finisher was in Japan. I forgot.
But
I mean, this was a 3-minute match, so I don't think anybody really has like big thoughts on this.
Not much to talk about in the match, but what happened before the match with Mustafa Ali?
Oh, I didn't see this.
You didn't see that?
No,
I didn't see either.
So that's how they brought up the whole thing of him being on the show. It was like, oh, he's never here, but he gets a match every single week. And so I think Mustafa Ali has become jaded, basically. So I think they're gonna start feuding with each other. We're gonna get a Mustafa Ali feud and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
And I'm
then
pretty
also
sure
before the match-
Dolph Ziggler wouldn't have a problem putting over Mustafa Ali. No issue at all.
But I forgot to mention this before. We also had Chelsea Green. As Adam Pearce was announcing what they're going to do with the Elimination Chamber. I see Mike. I see your reaction. Adam Pearce with Kathy Kelly. He explains he's made the steel cage match between Becky and Bayley official, and then says that the women's the WrestleMania 39 opponent for Bianca Belair will be decided in an Elimination Chamber. The final 4 women in the Royal Rumble match have already qualified: Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, and Asuka. The final 2 competitors will be determined in one of the competitors will be determined in a fatal 4-way between Candice LeRae, Micha, Nia Yim, Piper Niven, and a returning Carmella. Chelsea Green then walks in and tells Pierce that she wants to talk. She says, I need to talk to the manager. Are you the manager? And he says, well, I am the manager of the show. She goes, he's like, you should know this. Like, well, I know you're the manager, but I wanted to make sure you're the reason for my unacceptable conditions and the treatment that I've received. See, I'm not just any returning WWE superstar. I'm Chelsea Green. I need my what was it? Like something about M&Ms?
She needed like M&Ms and purified water.
Yeah, her purified water and like silk body wash, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we already got Chelsea Green as a Karen. I heard about this a few weeks ago. This is amazing.
Put that photo again.
God damn it, Steve. Steve's gotta be horny.
I've never seen a sexier Karen in my life. Besides Karen Jarrett. But that's beside the point though. But yo, you can make so many memes off of this alone. The memes you can make are priceless.
This is amazing. This was so good.
I tell you what, put that thing up again.
God damn it, Steve.
All the listeners right now, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot. Give us your best memes, y'all. Have at it on Twitter and tag us. Myself, Big Mike, Caden, tag us. The best.
I'm sorry, I can't wear a mask. I have a health condition.
Guys, have at it. Ladies and gentlemen, have at it. Have it your way.
That was great. I cannot wait to see what they do with Chelsea Green. They should put her in the. I wouldn't be surprised if they put her in the EC.
To get eliminated first and complain again about the conditions and all that shit.
Possibly.
She doesn't want to get in her pod.
Oh my god, have her be the first. No, have her be the first person who like is released from the chamber, and then she can complain and be like, "Why was I the one who was released from the chamber? I'm Chelsea Green. I should have been the last person released from the chamber. This is unacceptable." Amazing. I booked the next thing you do with Chelsea. I booked it. There you go.
Katie's the fucking booker of the year. Holy shit.
Right before we have our main event, Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor battle the Bullet Club, we get Carmella is back. Kana comes up. Carmella says, or Asuka, that she's technically still Asuka. She says, "Oh, you're gonna tell me that I'm not ready for Asuka, but look, I'm not scared of you. I can beat you." And technically, Carmella did beat Asuka back in 2018, but
don't remind me.
Asuka flashes the teeth. Asuka flashes the teeth to freak her out, and looks like we're gonna because they were they don't have a match because Asuka's already qualified, so I mean maybe
they're both Carmella hasn't qualified yet.
I think Carmella loses next week, and then maybe do Asuka and Carmella the week after as like a tune-up match for Asuka, and then if Carmella wins, then she takes Asuka's spot in the EC.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Or you can put together Asuka. You can put together Carmella and Karen over there. Put them together as a team.
No, because
Bring back Dion if you're going to do that. If you want to do Chelsea Green attack team, just bring back VXT with Deonna Purrazzo.
I guess so.
Mike,
But,
I think it was you, Mike, who said, now that Mandy Rose is gone and for Toxic Attraction, you could put Carmella with them or Chelsea Green.
I don't think I said that.
Someone else said that. That was like Chase or Romeo.
I'll be down for that though. There's another option.
I would be too, but I don't know, man. I think that's big shoes to fill.
I still think you put Sonya Deville with them.
With Toxic Attraction?
I'd have Sonya be the new leader of Toxic. Because remember, they did that for a month where Sonya went down to NXT and she was with them, and I thought it worked perfectly.
I wasn't watching that.
I
think I missed that whole thing.
I think Sonya matches because she can be wearing the suit while the other two are in their usual outfits. I like the dichotomy there.
You know what? I honestly wouldn't mind that. She's not a bad talker.
Well, next up, we had our main event, the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes taking on Finn Balor. Before this match, Finn Balor was backstage with Byron Saxton. He goes, Cody we stole in every. Wait, I got it. My father, Cody Rhodes, he steals everything from me. You see this? This I create. I went into Spanish for some reason. I created it. See this? I created it too. Cody's been stealing everything. And that number 30 should have been mine. But he took it from me too. And I'm going to get it back. And good match here. Really, really good main event between these two. Match started off with Cody Rhodes trying to show that he's got that strength back. He hit a 15-second vertical suplex. Held him up for 30 seconds. We're throwing him face down. Balor took control, working over that right titty that Cody Rhodes tore right before Hell in a Cell. Getting that sling blade, really fully in control for a bit. Cody starts to get the comeback there on Balor. Gets thrown to the outside, surrounded by the Wolves. And then right before they're able to kind of sick on him, Edge comes out. And he attacks them all, attacks Dominic, Priest. And then he hits the spear on Dominic Mysterio. Rhea Ripley comes and takes out Edge before Beth Phoenix shows up and evens the odds to take out Rhea Ripley. Parallels of what we saw from the Royal Rumble. Similar sight there. Beth Phoenix is back. Likely going to do a mixed tag match. Beth Phoenix and Edge versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber is what my guess is. But Balor is going for the coup de grace. This time, Edge gets up on the ring apron to distract Balor, and he goes for the coup de grace. He misses. Cody Rhodes catches him, goes into 3 consecutive crossroads, and maintains that control. And he wins. He gets his first singles victory on Monday Night Raw in 6-7 months. On his first night back on Raw, he beats Finn Balor. And then we have a stare down there. Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and Edge and Beth Phoenix staring each other down there. Could also do Dominic, but I've heard the plan is that they're going to do Edge and Finn Balor. Edge and Balor in the Hell in a Cell at Mania is what the working plan is. So I'd assume that
I'll take it.
Balor in the mixed tag match.
I hope it isn't a red cage, but I'll take it.
I think it'll be the normal cage.
Hopefully.
Me too. I hope so too.
But I don't know if it's just me, but every time I see Beth running anywhere, I hear the Wonder Woman theme song in my head. I don't know if it's just me, but
I think so too, Mike. I think it's just you.
But yeah, decent match. The promo, I give Finn this. He created this. He ain't create this. I give him this, but not this. But good match. He Cody Rhodes, man, hit him with 3 of them things. I didn't think he was gonna do that. That shows you how strong they're probably gonna build Finn up in the next coming weeks. So.
That another thing too. Never mind. I was gonna say, but I remember they're probably gonna do something with Edge. But had they not done something with Edge, I would say put Finn in that chamber. But I forgot. They're probably gonna do something. They're gonna
You just
likely do
completely
something.
just zoned out what I just said about Edge.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I said that they're going to probably do Edge and Beth versus Rhea and Finn.
There you go. There you go with that. But yeah, man, dude, it was
and Steve not listening to what I say.
It's a good main. That was a good main event. Though it was a good main event. And again, two guys that we've not seen ever work together, to anyone's knowledge.
They've never had a match. They've never had a match together.
And yes, there's some fan that will connect. Oh, the Bullet Club, the two leaders, which is ridiculous because
they're not. They were never like Cody wasn't a leader, but there was inherently a connection between They mentioned this beforehand. They mentioned that Cody and Balor, because Balor said, like, you stole that from me. So it was supposed to, like, the storyline was it was these two former members of the Bullet Club wrestling each other. That was the point. That's exactly why they did this.
Yeah. And that's why we closed Monday Night Raw. Again, you're making Cody strong here, giving him momentum as he is on this journey to become, to finally be crowned, go from uncrowned to crowned finally, right? So yes. I was happy with it.
Yes.
And now, based off this, I look forward to SmackDown to see what's the follow-up from what happened at Rumble. What's the follow-up? What is Charlotte Flair going to say in response to Rhea Ripley, right? And all this other stuff. I look forward to it. Again, like we said earlier, and maybe I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, that this is right now on the good direction. And I know it's so early, and of course there could be bumps on the road, but I'm excited, man. Holy shit, I'm excited.
What'd you say, Steve?
I didn't hear what you said, Steve.
Yeah,
really?
What'd you say, Steve? Yeah, I zoned out too. I'm sorry.
God dang. I was saying, I'm just excited, man.
I heard you. I wanted to fuck with you because you always don't listen to what the fuck I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's go ahead and let's give a rating to Monday Night Raw. Big Mike, let's give it a letter grade. What letter grade do you give?
Letter grade?
Yeah,
I give it a B-. Really good show. Really, really good show.
Steve?
I thought the show was a very good Monday Night Raw. As far as the grade goes, I'm going to give it a B.
I'm going to go with the B+. What I look for in my wrestling is I look for a mixture of good stories, at least in WWE. I want, give me a few good storytelling moments, give me some good promos, but then also if you can give me serviceable, two really good matches, I'll be happy. And they gave me three really good matches last night, in my opinion. And even the other matches were at least serviceable. I would have liked Johnny and Corbin to be a little shorter, but I thought it was actually not that. It wasn't terrible. It was one of Corbin's better matches, and I thought Gargano, and the hatchet stuff was at least funny there. And then 2 squashes, fine, and then good promos. So I'll give it a B. And I graded on a different scale than I would an AEW show, right? So I'll give it a B+. Better, one of the better Raws in a very long time.
Absolutely,
it's been a while since I've liked the Raw this much.
So I did post a poll in the chat. I asked you guys, did you guys enjoy Monday Night Raw from last night? Out of 16 people that voted, 75% said hell yeah. 12% of you voted and said, man, it was the shits. And I put an extra one in there because why the fuck not? 12% of you also said, I'm a dork and didn't watch.
Oh, well, that's the non-subscribers.
Basically, the non-subscribers. It's going to end the poll there. Closing the poll. There you go. That was the results of that. And now we look forward to NXT tonight. This is the go-home show. And listen, last
no
week...
one looks forward to NXT.
Well, listen, man. Listen, nobody wants, but somebody got to do it, yo. And that's us.
If you're looking forward to NXT, you have some serious issues.
Listen.
Well, looks like I got some serious issues.
You're never looking forward to NXT. Like I said last week, if you liked last week's episode of NXT, I don't trust you with a car. You should have your driver's license.
Whoa. That was too soon, man. Come on.
No,
car. Too soon, man.
Steve, no one's thinking of it like that except you.
Still though, man, it hurts.
Dude,
though,
you
man.
gotta make it dark. No, stop. No one made it dark besides you.
That's gonna be a card on Cards Against Humanity soon. Holy shit. But listen, I know a lot of people don't look forward to NXT. I get it, but someone's got to do it, right? Might as well be us. Which, yeah, today is the go home show to Vengeance Day, and this is their job. This is their opportunity to get people to talk, get people to look forward to.
Really bad
To
show.
get people, yes, to get people looking forward to Vengeance Day, because again, Vengeance Day has
Terrible
the
show.
card. The card's good though. The card is good.
They never said the card's gonna be bad. It's a takeover. They're usually good.
So this is their last opportunity to, get people invested, get people to tune in and get people excited.
Very true.
I hope
Edge
I hope
versus
they do.
Finn is currently what I've heard is the plan is for WrestleMania.
There you go. So with that being said, a quick little reminder, we will be live tomorrow, Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. 3:30 for Let's Talk NXT. Where we'll recap NXT from tonight and also give our predictions for Vengeance Day here on the channel. Because we're not gonna give predictions on Around the Point. It's not, we'll just knock it out now. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're all
Hopefully
going
we
to
get some good stuff Friday.
Wow, because Friday I'm pretty sure other big news will hit and we'll cover it there and all that stuff. But thank you all for tuning in today. You guys have been awesome as always. We appreciate all of you to take the time out of your precious day to come listen to us talk about Monday Night Raw. You guys are awesome as always. If you are new to the Around the Point Network, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share through social media. Hit the subscribe button. The numbers are going up, which I'm happy. I think all of us in general are happy. If you missed it yesterday, myself and Big Mike and Caden, he was here for a little bit. We did Steve's Kitchen where we recapped the Royal Rumble. And here we are today with the Raw Rundown. Tomorrow, it's Let's Talk NXT. Thursday, it's Sad, Something About Dynamite. And Friday is the flagship show, Around the Point. All right? You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out on all social media.
You can follow me on Twitter at BigSteakums313. I'm just playing.
Whoa. Big what?
Wait, what?
Big what?
You can follow me on Twitter at DetroitGamer313 and also
Big
every day on the
Steakums.
Around the Point channel.
Big Steakums. What?
Big Steakums.
Oh, man. Okay. And, of course, we got here the man of many teams, Mr. Kane Lee. Caden, let them
I
know.
don't even know that's still my nickname. I committed to the Jaguars.
Oh, no, man. Something tells me next season kicks in. You're going to be a Jaguars fan. You're going to be a Dolphins fan. You're going to be a Big Mike. I guarantee you.
You know what, Steve, I'll let you call me that whenever we're on a sports stream and you give insightful opinions.
But listen, we'll get there. Listen, man.
World star.
Watch. Once football kicks up again, going to be wearing a Dolphins jersey, then the Buccaneers jersey, then probably a Cowboy.
Thanks, Steve. So you guys can find me on my Twitter at Caden_FTW. That's KADEN_FTW. I am currently still banned on Twitter. They banned me for 7 days because of some bullshit. I think I have I got banned Saturday night. So I went Sunday. I think I have 4 days left. I should be unbanned Friday or Saturday night so I can tweet again.
Did you delete
you guys
the
can
other
at least
account?
still follow me. I just can't tweet for a few days.
Did you delete the other account?
I still have the other account. I'm just not tweeting.
Okay.
I don't need I don't care if I can't tweet. I can't tweet. It's not the end of the world.
But it feels refreshing though, right? It feels refreshing though. It feels like
I can still look. It just says your account is locked, but I can still see everything, and I can still text. I can DM with people.
Light screen,
Yeah.
screen,
I'm on
buddy.
Twitter Lite.
This
Oh
guy.
no, bro!
No.
You gotta go dark screen.
I did
dark
Twitter
mode.
dark. I did it for a week, and it really fucked with my head. It gave me a really bad headache.
Oh, okay.
Man.
You would think that'd be the opposite thing, but
That's fucking bullshit.
everybody's different.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we thank you all again as always. You guys have been awesome. We thank you all for everyone here that tuned in tonight, the gang. We do it for you guys. For myself, for Mr. Kane Lee, for Big Mike, for all of you out there, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. Good night, everybody. See you all tomorrow for Let's Talk NXT on the Around the Point Network.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?